I think the biggest challenge before joining Gym Owners Network for us was just probably not having a structure and clarity on what it is that we actually want to do with, our business wasn't even really a business, to be honest. It was probably more of a side hustle than anything else, and I think that we knew we wanted to grow it, we knew we wanted to scale it, we knew where we wanted to be, we just didn't know how to get there, and I think we could not get out of our own way to kind of actually start doing things that we need to do. Probably a little bit of naivety, scared, just unsure on where we wanted to go, so that was probably the biggest thing for us. It was more a line of, again, just not the fear of the unknown. We thought we were doing all right. It was we had a loyal base of clients, and we were like, we cannot change this right now because we'll lose them all. It was fear of how are they going to think, and probably just being too emotionally attached to other people rather than the actual business, and actually just seeing the benefit of making these changes further down the line. So I think probably the fear of maybe failure and fear of just the unknown.
Just to reiterate what you said, I think a lot of our decisions were based on what we thought other people would think. Would people understand that we were doing it for the greater good and it would be better for them, or would they think that we were doing it from a selfish standpoint? And I think we had a loyal base of clients, and we had good relationships with them, and we almost allowed it to be more of a friendship with those people than these people are here for a service and we are here to generate a business, and by making these changes we can create more impact. And again, we didn't. Jens has got this saying data over emotions, and we didn't have data, so all we had was emotions. Mm-hmm. So we were just so emotionally led that we were making too many wrong decisions based on other people's opinions or the assumptions of what we thought their opinions were. Mm-hmm. We weren't asking anyone. Other approaches to achieve our goals, we didn't try much, to be honest, and there's a reason for that. Myself and Dale started group coaching again as a secondary business. Me and Dale both had a really, really good online coaching business and earned good money from that, and there was a comfort level there from that. For us to go all in on the small group PT gym ownership meant we would have to step away from that thing that was consistent, that was tried, that was tested, that was proven, and it was allowing us to live a lifestyle we got used to. So we hadn't tried anything. We were just sitting on our hands, to be honest with you. Like the idea of being gym owners, but we're probably pretending for the first while.
And I think looking back at that, when we stepped into that area of gym ownership and moved into our facility, it's when we started looking at that, it was there must be more to this. What we're doing right now, we could see there was a ceiling. The way that we were operating, just it wasn't working. We were stuck spinning our wheels. We were constantly quite feeling frustrated a lot of the time, while still trying to manage another full business separately on our own. And I think at that time it's when we started to see a lot more of the Gym Owners Network being coming up on our social media. We started to see a lot of that, and I'm this looks. I remember actually sending Ryan a few things and being this looks like something that would probably be really beneficial for us in terms of going to this summit. And I think we probably learned quite a lot from that, and we were thinking let's go here and probably just take knowledge bombs away from that and then go and implement. And then once we were there, our mind was kind of made up, this is the direction we need to go in. I think this is what we need to be leaning into here.
Not even just speaking to Ollie and Jens at the first summit that we went to, we had a lot of conversations with people who were part of the Gym Owners Network, how had it benefited them. They told us the changes that they had to make, how scary that was. And I think it's always comforting trying something when you know somebody else has done that thing and you're not the only person that is taking that risk. And I hadn't spoke to anybody that had followed the guidance of Jens and it not having had paid off in the long run. So it just took us a little while to put that belief and allow to take away that control element and allow somebody else to lead us and guide us. But I think having those conversations at that summit definitely opened our eyes that we couldn't do it alone. We weren't going to be able to get out of gym ownership what we wanted without somebody else who'd had success with it showing us a better way. The only thing that I've invested in personally in the past had been like coaching for fitness, so something that's going to help me individually for something that's like something I really, really enjoy, makes me feel good, and it's going to make me better. And I probably initially, because we'd never done any sort of mentorship for any sort of business before, didn't understand the full value of committing those finances, especially to a business that's not doing that well maybe and doesn't have that great of a cash flow element to it anyway. So there was probably an element of there being a risk of committing to a mentorship for something that I probably didn't understand the full value on, because I didn't really know where the business was headed anyway. So there was just so much noise there that I just didn't really know what the next step was.
I think the main things that have changed is the reasons why we joined was like gaining that clarity, gaining the insight knowledge of how we should actually be operating as not only just as a business but also as people and as leaders from actually being gym owners, and like being able to take us into that sort of next step, I suppose, in our career. Like, we've always been coaches at heart and we always will be, but it's like learning and getting excited about stepping into new roles, getting excited about the prospect of learning new skills, of being able to lead a team, putting operations in place. And I think like the Gym Owner Network is giving us every opportunity to be able to learn those things. And don't get me wrong, it's not a handheld sort of process, but it gets you thinking, gets you learning on your own 2 feet. It makes you actually make those decisions and create that change. And I think probably the way that me and Ryan are, it's like that's why it works well for us, because it's like kind of straight to the point. There's no like kind of put your hand around you and like hold your hand. It's like straight to the point. Like, if you're not doing something right, like this is what you need to change. It's that simple. Like, go out and execute it. And I think that's probably the biggest thing for us and why we managed to change so much. And I think where we're going with our business now, it's like I didn't think we could ever be where we're at this time. And I think like I'm excited to see the next steps on where we can continue to go.
I think just to like summarise on that, like it sped up the things that we might have got there eventually with, and it gave us tools that we might never have picked up. So it's just gave us clarity on the business that we want and the business that we're building, and we're challenged continuously as well. So we're not allowed to get complacent. We're not allowed to let our egos run away with us. You know what Jens is like, he tells you straight, so if you get your feet too far off the ground, he's good at pulling them straight back into reality. So, and I think we need that sometimes, because we've built successful coaching businesses in a different area of coaching before, and I think we just thought we just apply the things that we've done previously to get to that point with something that's far bigger than just you being a sole trader, one-to-one personal trainer. You're now in a place where you're hosting over 200 people's journeys. You're responsible for employees and their livelihood, and making sure there's enough like clients coming through the doors to allow them to grow and persevere. And I don't think we would have got there on our own. We had nothing to learn from. You don't know what you don't know at the end of the day if you've not done it before.
And I think also, just lastly on that, in terms of what Gym Owner Network's given us, is not only just from a personal standpoint and your business, but it's also like being surrounded by really good people a lot of the time, like yourself, and again people like that are in the network, people are in boardroom with us as well, and feeling like that proud moment of being able to earn that seat at that table with being around the best people in the country that are doing the same things that you're doing. And it's not like a one model fits all. It's like everybody's got their own individualised way in the way that they do things, how they operate, but it's being able to bring your own problems to the table and realise that you're not actually just alone and your problems aren't just yours, it's a lot of other people's. And it's like when you're able to relate and share that with other people, it makes making those decisions and hard decisions a lot easier. And as Ryan said, speaking to other people and where they've been in the journey that they've been and being able to learn on that, you just feel much more confident in going in and making those decisions and making them quicker.
Some of the big standout results since we've joined the Gym Owners Network, we joined the Gym Owners Network with 72 clients. We are now sitting at 195. We've been part of the Gym Owners Network for
2 years now, coming up.
Is it 2 years?
Mm-hmm. Coming up, yeah.
2 years in January it will be. So we've grown exponentially, and I know we wouldn't have grown as quickly as that without having these other gym owners around us and sitting in and seeing what other people are doing and building these relationships with other business owners and again, having access to Jen's coming to these boardroom events, it's just gave us a different way of thinking. I think we've just totally leveled up as coaches and business owners and leaders.
If you're on the fence about joining the Gym Owners Network, I would say it is get off quick and get on it, and just invest, because you need to think about what you're going to gain in return and how quick you're going to be able to learn. If you want to grow and you want to learn, and it's something that's important to you and you want to see your business thrive, then I don't see any other place that you should be going apart from here.
I think I said about the only investment I'd made before was in coaching, and if you're a coach and you want people to invest in you as a coach, then it's contradictory to not value business coaching when you're coming into learning about being in a new business. And for me, there's nobody better in the country, because this is what these guys specify in. This is their niche, and the guys involved in it have built the best gym in the country. So it's tried and tested, and it's worked wonders for us.
I don't know. I think it's. I suppose I thank you. I think it's being just grateful to be part of being in a position to be actually investing in something like this, and again investing quite a lot of money into something and getting what you get back in double, and again connecting with so many people. It's incredible to be part of. Not only from a business standpoint, but from personally, meeting some people. I mean, a whole bunch of great people coming into this is. We couldn't be any more thankful.
What he said.
Sick. Absolutely awesome. That was wicked.
Sick.